Alright, patch details is here. You can probably hear me like breathing through my mouth because I just ate like spicy food. As we saw in the previous video, he's going to be a sleep unit and he can also apply some damage up to your team. So like I say, he's probably going to be good for 4-bitter and not that good for the other two bosses. His kit is that his S1 will inflict sleep and then also calls in one ally to assist. This is very good. It does seem like it's 100%, so it's already a better S1 than Alice. Alice has been power crap in this case right here. So this is very good. Calls in an ally for assist. And then his S2 is inflicts one enemy multiple times. I think this is 2 hits. I just saw the preview just now. This is 2 hits on one enemy. Also grants attack up to your entire team. And evil cleansing. Evil cleansing is amplifies damage when attacking a target with sleep. The damage amplification is based on his HP. We can see it right here. Where is it? There. Deals extra damage to targets with sleep based on his HP. So that's going to be very good. And I don't know if this is going to be a 1-turn sleep or a 2-turn sleep. They failed to land the sleep right here. But we know that the third ability is a 2-turn sleep, so it's going to be very good for 4-bitter. His S3 is deals damage to all enemies multiple times. It's a 3 hit if I'm not mistaken, and also inflicts sleep, grants all allies crit damage up, and upon ascension it also inflicts defense down. Very good. So he has defense down, attack buff, sleep on all of his skills, assist. He's a very good unit, but I don't think it's going to be a must summon, which I'll get into in a bit. His resonance, let me show you real quick. His S3 is a 2-turn sleep. See, it's a 2-turn sleep. R2, a new effect is added to Boundless Grave, which is Boundless Grace, which is S2. Now increases ally AP. Very good. R4 is if there is an ability on cooldown, speed increases. His R6 is now a new effect is added to Anathema, gains extra turn. So he's going to be going into S3 and S2 if you have him at R6. Again, I don't think he's going to be a must summon because we have units like Fusi that is good across all 3 bosses and is going to amp up your score by tens of millions. Whereas this guy, he might go, he might increase your 4-bitter team by like 5, maybe maximum of 10 million. But I don't foresee him adding that much higher to your PvE scoring capability. So with this, I don't think he's going to be a must summon. Even though he's a very good unit, but the fact that only 4-bitter can be slept makes him super niche, right? His kit is very good. He has defense down, he has attack up, and he has sleeps and everything. But his damage amplification is only to targets with sleep. He's gonna be probably pretty good for PvP if you're pairing him up with R6 Hilda or something like that. That way your entire team can do more damage. But in PvE, if you're mostly just going to use him for towers and 4-bitter, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be skipping him. He's a very good unit, but I don't really need to just increase my 4-bitter score. I think there's going to be a better unit coming up that's worth 100 wish stones than him. Especially units like Fusi. If another unit releases like Fusi, then that unit is going to be a must summon. And Daji is, I read her skills already. She seems like kind of overpowered, not gonna lie. So her S1 is deals damage to one enemy based on her attack, deals the extra damage based on speed, and if the target has puppet art, absorbs the AP. Ability 2 is deals damage to all enemies based multiple times based on attack. It deals extra damage based on her speed. If the target has puppet art, attacks them once more. Passive, when taking ability damage from enemies with puppet art, counter attacks the attacker. Damage a certain percentage of damage taken plus a certain percentage of her attack. She is immune to ability effects inflicted by enemies with puppet art. If an enemy makes an ally's puppet art end early, inflicts puppet art on the enemy for 2 turns. This is very good because most of these debuff characters don't work in PvP, but with her passive right here, if the enemies removes the debuff, then they will get inflicted with the puppet art, right? So Jin Yu Yao, while she can cleanse the puppet art from your from the enemy team, she will then take the she will then have the puppet art for herself. So we'll have to see whether it's going to be good against Jin Yu Yao or not. And then the ability 3 is deals damage to one enemy based on her attack, deals damage based on her extra damage based on her speed, dispels all their buffs, inflicts puppet art for 2 turns. A failed infliction resets this ability cooldown. And passive is gains a certain number of funeral rites stacks at the start of combat. When any ally takes lethal damage, consumes 1 stack of funeral rites to dispel all their debuffs and gain a bonus turn, and then postpones their death until after the turn, the end of the turn. So you're pretty much guaranteed to get a single turn on the ally that dies. Then puppet art is reduces resist, reduces miss rate when taking hits, reduces damage taken. This is a bit weird. So if we take a look at this one, reduces damage taken seems like a buff to the enemy, because this puppet art is inflicted upon the enemies, right? So if they say reduces damage taken, which it probably means that the enemy will receive less damage. I don't know, maybe this is a typo or something. Maybe they will receive, or they will do less damage, I don't know. And then also the carrier gains taunt for 1 turn at the start of their turn, so they will be attacking her, which is very good, because then she cannot be inflicted with any debuffs from the enemy. And then puppet art, sorry, not puppet art, funeral rites is each stack increases damage dealt. When an ally attacks, each stack deals true damage based on her attack, triggers once per target per turn, max stacks are limited. So you only get this funeral rites at the start of combat, so you cannot gain it from casting the abilities. Because I think if you can gain the funeral rites when she casts the ability, I think that would be a bit too overpowered, because she already has sort of like a revive mechanic in a way. It's not quite a revive mechanic, because once you take the turn, the ally will go back to being dead, right? So I think she's gonna be pretty good for PvP. And then also, because this funeral rites increases damage dealt, and your allies also gets increased damage dealt as well based on her attack, she might be good for, you know, bossing contents. We'll have to see. And then the R2 is a new effect is added to Bewitching Spell, which is her S3. When an ally consumes funeral rite stacks, counter attacks the attacker with Bewitching Spell. R4 is when ally is currently not alive, crit damage plus 40%. R6 is Bewitching Spell inflicts puppet art on all enemies instead of just that one enemy. When she takes lethal damage, consumes 3 stacks of funeral rites, consumes all stacks when the stack count is below 3. To dispel all her debuffs, recover 100% of HP and gain a bonus turn. So her R6 looks pretty good. I mean, her R6 looks really good, because if you inflict puppet art on all enemies, they will not be doing, they cannot land any type of debuffs on her, and they will all be taunted by her, so they will all attack her, right? And she's going to be counter attacking with her passive S2 right here. So yeah, she looks very good for PvP, especially with the this one right here, funeral rites, that can give you an instant turn to one of your allies if they take lethal damage. It's like a pseudo revive mechanic, but slightly weaker. But it's good because it cleanses, right? It cleanses and also gains a bonus turn. So yeah, hopefully we can get her to at least like R2. Her R2 is pretty good as well, but I think her R6 is where it's at when you want to run her in PvP. The new 4-star, I haven't read the skills yet. She is a defender, okay, whatever. Ability 1 is deals damage to one enemy multiple times based on attack and defense and inflicts tear, okay. Ability 2 gains a shield at the start of enemy turn. Okay, this is already very good. It's a little bit weaker than Jin Chu's shield and Zhang Juli's shield. It will proc the shield when the enemies attack, and per hit as well, whereas she gains a shield at the start of the enemy turn. Slightly weaker, but it's still very good. Shield strength is based on defense. When taking his, inflicts usurp on the target. Usurp is one buff of the carrier will be stolen when attacked by her. Ability 3 is deals damage to all enemy based on her defense. Inflicts sharp tongue. Passive at the end of her turn. If her number of buffs is not below a specific amount, shortens the cooldown. Shortens Flourish's cooldown and amplifies basic ability damage. Seems pretty good. They didn't add any of the... We don't know what this sharp tongue is. They didn't add the description over here. Resonance is R2, 18% chance of ignoring resist. R4 is upon... okay, whatever. R6 is after an ally attacks. If the number of Yushu buffs is not below a specific amount, she okay, another pursuit mechanic with this free-to-play Espers. A lot of these free-to-play Espers have gotten the pursuit attack mechanic, right? Emma with the pursuit on her S3, and then we also have Yalina with the pursuit. This one is also going to be a pursuit. Like, this is going to be pretty good for PvP, I think. Yeah. And you can get her from the event shop, fully R6, and then I think you can also get the Divinate to D3 as well. Okay, so Anomaly Season 1. So this is the Celestial Anomaly right now. I mean, it's just a bunch of words. I can't really tell what's going on. But it seems like there's going to be a few contests that you can do. But this Ancient Mysteries, I think is going to be just the 4 Ritual Miracle bosses. It does say right here 4 boss instances. And we did see in the preview that one of those bosses is Kronos, right? Yeah, I'm just going to wait for the update to see. Okay, rate up is going to be Baizer, Leora, and Ollie. Okay, they changed the requirements for knockout. We did see this one in the version highlight. You can try out some teams to go against the opponents, and then the sign-up condition for knockout will be changed from Point War 11 to reaching 3000 beat bout points. So get to grinding. The display of insignia in knockouts has been improved. Knockout will be tallied daily after the update. Season rewards will be changed to... What? Okay. Now, okay. No longer a season's reward, so you need to maintain your ranking every single day. So it's going to be very difficult for you to test out team, which is why they added this thing to test out the team without going into like actual knockout battles. I don't know if this is gonna be. I mean, I think I'm indifferent with this change. Getting the rewards daily is nice, but then again, if it's daily changes, you cannot really see your win rate all that well. It's gonna discourage you to try and test different teams. You can try out test with the new trial version, but you kind of want to see your team face against other teams as well, right? It's not just one team. So I don't know. This daily change, for now I'm indifferent for it, and we can also turn off the ultimate animations. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Pack adjustments after the update. Shimmer records will be replaced by Shimmer record outbox. Okay, so if you're buying packs, then this is gonna be a concern for you, I think. And then I also added a quick unequip. Yeah, that's about it for the update. The new units looks good, but I'm gonna skip the Uran Baizer unit because he's mostly just gonna be used for Phobiter, and that's it. I don't foresee him being useful for the other 2 bosses. He might be good for future bosses, but if you're trying to summon a unit based on future uses, then you would need to summon on every unit, right? That's not going to be a good approach to the game, to any game for that matter, because if you summon a unit for future uses, anything can happen. I could summon for Javid and say he's going to be useful for future uses, where in reality, he hasn't been useful for pretty much anything, right? So this guy, for now, he's only going to be good for Phobiter, I think, and in PvP, you might see some use for him, because he does have AoE defense down as well. Sleep is also very good in PvP. if you want to pair him up with like R6 Hilda or something. Daji is free. Hopefully we can at least get her to R2, and I think she's gonna be good for PvP, maybe in some bossing content as well, because of this funeral rites, adding damage to your allies. That might be good. And then the new 4-star as well looks pretty good for PvP with the pursuits on her R6 right here. The Anomaly, I don't know what to say about it right now. I mean, we waited 1 year for this, and the Ancient Mysteries doesn't look too good. They did show Chronos for one of the bosses. I don't know if the other 3 bosses are gonna be APEP or something. Yeah, for now, I'm probably just gonna wait for the update to roll in and see what's up. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao.